The superpower India will fall in the hand of Dr. Smith, along with America, China, and Russia when Dr. Smith will do a horrifying experiment on the whole world. The experiment will be in the form of a miracle medicine that could kill the alien parasite, which came with Halley's Comet and started to infect human at rapid rate. But Dr. Smith didn't know that somewhere else, an unfortunate boy had to eat the dead worm's body and serve the worms to his siblings and friends. And after eating the dead worm, all of his friends and siblings died, and he alone survived. The boy's name was Jack Dino, and he promised to himself to kill Dr. Smith with every remaining human. In the year 2029, Mars started a war on Earth. Mars was inhabited by robots after the robots killed all of the humans on Mars. Earth was also run by robots because China released a zombie virus and many people became zombies. And taking advantage of this zombie invasion, the Indian secret AI REM made many war robots and took over Earth. And the new Earth was renamed as Telepedia's Empire, and Mars was renamed as Little Blue Earth. However, the new Earth wanted their homeland back, so they waged a war against Telepedia. For some reason, a time radio was built by Telepedia that sent news of the war every week in the year 2023. Moxpuri was burned by India because of a demonic mineral in 1978. Moxpuri was a small and isolated village where demonic minerals were found that gave people immortality. So the villagers started taking it, but soon they became into horrifying monsters and started to eat nearby villagers. And when the government got to know about the problem, they burned everyone here. But the real problem starts now. Because a new town has appeared in this place, and anyone who moves here is getting richer and successful very quickly. But the weird part is, you can only find this town only when you hear its origin story. So be careful, because now you are in danger, and see you in Moxpuri. India unintentionally started a war with Atlanteans, because India accidentally founded Atlantis in the Indian Ocean, and they weren't as friendly as we thought. Atlantans used their monster pets to destroy our ships and even flooded many island countries. And when humanity started to win with the help of a powerful melting ray, Atlanteans started a global pandemic on Earth. This pandemic spreads a virus that turned humans into vicious monsters in just 3 days. When all hope was lost for humans, a miracle happened, and India founded a way to reverse this transformation. And eventually, after a long fight, the world captured the Atlantis. However, the war didn't end, because Atlanteans called their friends from the deepest part of the ocean, and these creatures looked like half human, half worm. And they can't be killed by anything until humans found a secret about them. On the 15th of August, India found Atlantis in Indian Ocean. But they weren't as friendly as we thought, and Atlanteans started a war. Every country's shores were filled with monsters, and every warship was destroyed by these monsters. Soon many island countries were underwater, and many big country shores were flooded. A fierce war happened between Atlanteans and humans, and a new powerful weapon was made by India. This weapon melted the advanced Atlantis city and its monster soldiers, because this laser beam could melt anyone even in the water. And when we thought we were winning, a new type of the monster that was half human and half worm appeared in the battlefield. These monsters instantly killed many soldiers in one attack, and they are also immune towards India's melting beam. And then a mysterious plague spread across the whole world that turned humans into monsters. People who hear this story vanishes into thin air. It's a story of a small and isolated village of India called Moxpuri. And in this story, the villagers were tricked to take part in an experiment with a miracle medicine that could heal any disease and stop aging. But the medicine failed, and the villagers turned into vicious monsters and were eventually burned by the Indian government. All of the blame was put on the Indian government, and the real culprit was never caught. And to this day, the villagers are finding the real culprit by kidnapping people who hear their story. So be careful when you open a door, because by opening any door after hearing this story, you could end up in Moxpuri. Experiment 13 was a horrifying experiment ran by India, China, and Russia and America. In this experiment, different rural and remote villages were selected without them knowing. The villagers were given a miracle medicine that could make you immune to every known disease. China and Russia villagers failed because they got the side effect by gaining immunity to every known disease. So they were eliminated, and every proof of them was removed from the history. Only 2 villages succeeded in the experiment, and it was Mapleville from America and Moxpuri from India. The villagers became a new species of mushroom humans that were truly horrifying, yet extremely powerful. Each one of these new humans could wipe out entire cities alone. They were a trump card for the countries who had them, and after this, America and India became more powerful and good friends. But in reality, the big countries were scared of India and America. Of course, the small countries don't know about their trump card. But America was soon secretly captured by these new humans in 2020. In the year 2061, Halley's Comet will crash on Earth. A satellite will change the comet direction and it will crash on America. When it will crash on the Earth, an alien parasite will be released on the Earth. The parasite will be extremely contagious and its effects will be very brutal. The effects will vary from person to person, but the most common effect will be the boiling blood of humans for 2 days. And in the first stage, over 3 billion people will die and 2 billion people will become monsters. And in the first stage, over 3 billion people will die and 2 billion people will become monsters. But Dr. Smith will create a vaccine that will bring more darkness into this chaos.